So here we are for Yellowknife Votes 2009, and we have David Prichard, who's running for council. So, David, can you tell Yellowknifers who you are and some of your background?
Well, I'm a relative newcomer to Yellowknife. We've been here for 5 years now. I trained originally as a professional photographer. I have a degree in photography. I also went back to school and did a degree in computer graphic design. The arts being what they are in Canada, I have also worked in construction, transportation and logistics, and the retail industry. So I have a fairly diverse background. My wife and I love it here. We're one of those people that came up for a short time and it looks like we're going to be staying a while. We've just put an addition on the house and all our friends are saying, wow, you really, really are staying.
Okay, so I guess you've thought about the trials and tribulations of running for council and being on council. So what made you want to run?
There are a number of things that made me want to run. One was my editor came up from Toronto recently and she loved it. She thought it was great up here. But she found that when she went into the Northern Visitors Centre that the receptionist at the time said there's nothing interesting to do in Yellowknife. Anybody we've had up here as guests or visitors love the place. And my sister, in fact, who's an economic development officer in the south, took back some of the ideas Yellowknife is using for her district. I suspect your paper of yesterday underlines why I'm running. You saw, at first I thought it was a piece of satire. You were poking a bit of fun at the current council because there was a piece that said in the parks they wanted to make it a law not to say or make some sort of gesture that people might consider to be offensive, and your headline screams about somebody who's recovering from a coma as a downtown beating. That's about the fourth or fifth law I've heard of in the last few weeks in the downtown. There's a budget item for next year for tasers for the municipal enforcement officers. There have been recent improvements to the roof inch pool security, and the budget notes because the RCMP can't always provide timely arrival to deal with problems. So there seems something wrong if we're worried that somebody might call me Baldy in a public park and I have a greater risk of being assaulted downtown. To be quite frank, my wife and I know of more people victims of crime in Yellowknife than we did when we were living in downtown Toronto. And council, I believe the violent crime rate in Yellowknife from 2000 to 2007 has risen about 25%. And I don't see council, this current council, addressing crime and security at all. And that's one of the biggest issues that people have approached me on.
What do you think some of the other issues are that council will be facing?
Planning and developing. We just, as I mentioned, put on an addition to our house, and the single biggest hurdle was planning and developing with the city. It seemed every time we went in, the rules changed. I spoke to a contractor who told me that he had to put down a $5,000 deposit, which the city will hold for 3 years without paying interest, to ensure he plants the proper number of trees and shrubs. That's a regressive and punitive tax, and it hinders business. They can't afford that sort of thing. Another individual I talked to was mentioning how a new building that went up here was delayed in its construction pending the inclusion of planters out front. Given the cost of construction, the transportation, trades, and the short season here, we can't afford those sort of logistics, those burdens to the business community.
Okay. Well, we wish you all the luck in that in the run-up to the election, and look forward to hearing what you have to say in public. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Bruce.
Okay.
Bye now.
Okay, that's it for Yellowknife Votes 2009. Thank you.